We get our name from the Bardessonos, who moved here to Yountville in the early 1900s. They had a very large family. If you come around this way, I will share some great pictures of the family that we have. The Bardessonos had 7 children, 5 girls and 2 boys. And this is their original homestead. They were some of the original settlers here in the town of Yountville. They grew a lot of everything. Eventually grapes, and even the Bardessonos that still live here in Yountville are still grape growers and winemakers. This is actually the plot of land that we sit on that our property is part of. And when this property was developed, what they found on the property was still the original stone cellar where they had their wine stored. So we took the stones apart, planed those, and clad the walls. So these are actually the walls that are covered with the original stones from the building. They worked with a developer to create the first LEED Platinum certified hotel in the United States, and one of 7 in the world when it was opened in 2009, which was very revolutionary for the time. And how the hotel became LEED Platinum certified is more than just recycling paper. It's about all of the different products, not only getting the supplies from close by, but reusing and repurposing items that were here on the homestead. So the wood that you'll find here in the inset was actually wine staves that were in the wine cellar. We dug down over 300 feet to harness the geothermal wells, which heat and cool the building. So on all the rooftops you'll find, almost all, you'll find solar panels. We create about 40% of our own energy. Obviously, all of our wastewater goes into a treatment plant and is used to water all the lawns here in the town of Yountville. So some of those partnerships that continue with really kind of tying back to our green aesthetics. We work with Andrea Schwartz Art Gallery that's based in San Francisco, and her artists use reclaimed, repurposed items in either creating their art or as the inspiration of their art. So for instance, Kara is one of our favorite artists. These are old books. Some of them she found on the street. Some people left for her. And she creates these beautiful kind of sculptures from old books and phone books, and then takes beautiful photographs. Some of them she has made into sculptural pieces that you can also purchase. So this artist uses newspapers and magazines to create beautiful faces. And it's really funny, sometimes if you get up close and you read some of the different words, it's great, the ones that have been called out to attention. So all of this art is for sale. So Lucy is our signature restaurant, and Lucy is Mrs. Bardessono. So she was the matriarch. She was an avid gardener. She loved everything that had to do with family, cooking, and so we have our beautiful Lucy garden that's right outside that we'll get ingredients from. We don't have our entire kitchen coming from there, but we always have a couple of great dishes. Also, our fresh craft cocktails are picked from that garden. We have about 32 different fruit trees around the property. Mayor lemons to kumquats to peaches, pretty much anything that you can think of. We have here at the property, as I said, figs, a big one for us. And then we have what we like to consider a little boutique spa. Here at Bardessono, our hotel was designed for the services to be done in the privacy of your guest room. So all of our guests are able to have their spa services done in their guest room, but they can also come to the spa. Really, our premier way of having the services is in the privacy of your guest room. However, you can come to the spa. Great product lines. Kay's constantly updating what's in here and all of the different products that are coming in. Anything new and exciting you want to tell us about?
Of course, I'd love to share. So the most recent addition is the Tara Wellness Bar, and that allows our guests to customize their experience. And the way that we do that is we introduce you to intentions. And that being said, we have corresponding blends. So if, let's say, for example, your intention was to relieve stress, we would walk you through a sensory journey where we would incorporate some essential oils that were more geared towards stress relief. You would also be able to utilize those essential oils and aromatherapy in a service here at our spa, but you can also take it with you to your guest room and enjoy it at home. It has several uses. You can incorporate it into your shower or your bath and really fully have not just the experience, but enjoy the therapeutic aspect of aromatherapy. So it's a really great experience. It's something that's lovely. It allows you to take a little bit of the spa home with you.
Next, I'm going to take you to my favorite place at the hotel, which is our rooftop pool deck. I always say the hidden secret of Bardessono is come to the rooftop pool deck at sunrise, because the hot air balloons take off from right across the street. Get a glass of bubbles or coffee, come up here in the morning. Clusters of rooms are named after a different tree or plant of some kind. So this is birch. And in this grove, we have a little bit of a combination of each of the different room categories. Natural vegetation that would typically be growing here in California. And our thought is, as you're walking around, we want you to hear the sound of water because it gives off positive ions, and positive ions lower your blood pressure. When you're in Napa Valley, you should get in the Napa Valley pace, which is a slower pace that you breathe in, smell the flowers. This time of year, as you wake up in the morning, you'll probably smell the fermentation in the air. It's unique, takes a little getting used to, but it also becomes something that's synonymous with harvest season right now. So as you notice when you come in the room, you'll see the blinds are starting to go up. This is another one of our LEED Platinum features. So each guest room, as you enter, the blinds will open and rise. 20 minutes after you depart your room, they're going to close and shut to keep your room at an ambient temperature. Again, for more eco-friendly awareness, I always tell people, like, don't be alarmed when you come in. They're supposed to be doing that. All of them come with beautiful soaking tubs. Each of the guest rooms have a beautiful outdoor patio. It's about 250 square feet. You can get your spa services done on your patio if you'd like outside. But as I said earlier, the guest rooms were built to have the services done in the guest room. So the massage therapist would come in. They would get your full-size massage table out. They're going to set it up. They'll get the music turned on, the lights, the candles, all those beautiful sounds going. And then they're going to knock on the sliding door and let you know that it's time for your service. So then you can come into the room. At the end of your service, they'll go ahead and draw a bath or start the steam shower. And then they'll let themselves out. So you can continue relaxing at your leisure. Our garden has done some evolutions of really trying to find, like, what are those great ingredients that Chef really likes to use each season. Right now it looks great. We're also doing a planting for fall. There's quite a few pumpkins and squash that Chef has been growing to get ready for fall season. We've been trading secrets on what's doing best in whose gardens all around the hotel, and so it's always amazing how great the garden looks here at Lucy. I think there's something secret in the soil, but no, the garden here is actually also a green certified garden. Most of the plants Chef started as seedlings in a little greenhouse that we had out back, and some of them even started it in his greenhouse at home and then transported in. But just really fun to see each season the different thoughts that he has of what's coming out of the garden or what he wants to try to incorporate into some of his different dishes. This is also one of my favorite pieces. It has movement and it moves with you, and from daytime to nighttime it has such a different feeling. There's lights that are behind it. So after dinner you'll have to come back by and look at it again and walk around it, because it really starts coming to life as you start walking past it and seeing it from different angles. We have a massive landscaping crew that really helps with the upkeep. A lot of it is natural to California, but yes, it takes a lot of upkeep at the gardens to kind of keep everything looking great. Here's one of our big trees, and then we've got different lemon trees. We have some pears. Yet to do anything with them, but Chef and I keep talking about one of my favorite things that we grow in the garden are artichokes. And when artichokes blossom, I don't know if you've ever seen it, it's this beautiful purple blossom. However, we have also learned that the squirrels love those blossoms. Kay is also starting something in the spa where the spa team will be creating their own infused oils. They're going to have a section of the garden that is oils or herbs just for them to utilize in the spa. Tomato plants that have gone a little crazy out here. This is when I was like, Chef, I don't know if you're out here talking to them at night, but mine don't look like this. It's all green and organic, so we don't put any pesticides into it. Each year we're using mulch. We're using a lot of the compost from the kitchen. So I think Chef would just say it's because it's so natural and that there's not any toxins going back into it. Little teeny tiny little pomegranate tree. And these guys, I don't know if you've had one, but the mandarin quat, it is kind of amazing. You're going to have to try it, and you know that you'll eat straight through the skin of it. And there's no pesticides on it, so you don't have to worry about that. They're quite tart, but delicious. Always something fun to be able to pick and try, and Chef encourages guests to come through and try what they see out here and ask questions about how to incorporate them into a menu. So it makes it a really just fun experiment to kind of have in our backyard. A partnership with Lexus. With the Lexus partnership, there are select kind of Lexus hotels. Back to the nature of going on a great adventure. And so we are partnered up with Pebble Beach. There's music, there's sound, there's all these great things that the car is all stocked with. And you start your drive up Highway 1 and you come to Napa Valley. And then you get here and you have a couple of days experience with yoga and all of these other really great adventures that they've set up for you to go and really experience it, but to also feel like you've got this kind of safe little travel experience with the ultimate luxury of your also electric car. Two totally different experiences, but yet amazing to couple together, to start at the beach and end up in the beautiful wine country. Our fleet of Lexus is on the front driveway. We have 5 that guests can check out complimentary for up to 3 hours to go on a test drive. And then we have 2 that are stationed here that we can go and pick guests up if they're here in the town of Yountville as kind of our shuttle that's complimentary to run you to dinners or tasting rooms that are within the town of Yountville. And then we are a very pet passionate property. As part of our pet proceeds go to the sheep that we have adopted, and it helps pay for their food and veterinary care. So if you're ever at Connolly Ranch, go see the sheep.